Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Replay brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Settembre Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Sagittarius, which is going to be between the 9th and 12th of September, give or take half a day, depending on where you are in the world. I want to welcome all the returning subscribers. Welcome back. And I want to say hi, hello, and welcome to all the new subscribers. It's an honor and privilege and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to do so. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you. Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Let us begin. When we have the sun, the moon transiting Sagittarius and the sun is in the sign of Virgo, that's actually a fourth house event. So this has to deal with our private base of operations. It might even talk about our heart chakra. It's typically the home or the mother or just our cozy private place. And with that, there's a few aspects here. We will have the moon squaring Mercury. So if the magician comes out, that's that. The world card will represent the moon squaring Saturn. The sun card will represent the moon squaring the sun. The Wheel of Fortune will represent Jupiter, and the Hangman will represent Neptune. We're in a moon square with Neptune and a moon opposition with Jupiter. It's actually good because if there's things, oh, there we go, Saturn. So were we squaring Saturn? Okay. So the moon opposed Jupiter is good, but it's going to be conflicted with the squaring Saturn. Typically, when the moon is opposed Jupiter, things that have been kind of hidden from us or things that have been obvious but we haven't been able to see, we'll kind of be confronted with them, but in a very positive way. With squaring Saturn, we'll actually have to honor these things or we'll get tripped up in some way. We have the World card and the Queen of Pentacles here. Page of Swords. So we're feeling accomplished. We might even be feeling safe and secure in some way. We're needing to get some longevity here. So we're thinking very far into the future with the Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. We're feeling clear, though, with this Page of Swords. We've moved on, or we've moved through something. There's been some kind of achievement with this World card here. We have a double six, which means a pair of sixes, the Six of Swords, Six of Cups. So that would talk about gifts, grants, support in some kind of way. Now, the Queen of Pentacles normally provides support. Can be financial, can be just material or practical support. There might be a hidden relationship here. Usually when you see the Queen or King of Pentacles, the Queen or King of Cups, there might be a relationship here. We do have the Two of Cups out. We have a pair of twos. So that's a partnership. We have a King of Pentacles here. So I was saying, relationship where the Queen of Pentacles were coming up against the King of Pentacles. I don't see any other cards that represent another energy yet. Because the Kings and the Pages, I don't consider them as people. But it is a person here. Well, because there's a union. Two of Cups. It's some kind of partnership. It doesn't talk about filial love. It talks about congenial love. Friendship more than intimate. It might be a business partnership with the Seven of Pentacles here. Some kind of plan, agenda. We have our third six. We have a triple six here. So there's some type of soulmate Okay, we have Ace of Cups. Okay, so there might be love here. And then we do have another person. This is another person. Okay, so there's a union here. It's not yet talking about intimate union of a sexual kind. It's a felicitous kind. This is talking about congenial. But it's soulmate twin flame even, because not all twin flames even become lovers. Remember that. Because we have the Temperance card. So there needs to be a catalyst for this, because I almost said the Tower. That's the left eye of Shiva. We have the right eye of Shiva here with the World card. See. So I feel like this is actually supposed to be a union. We have the half of the everything, except both people are here. So we have the Temperance card. That's the merging of opposites or a composite of multiple forms. We have the legacy building here with the Ten of Pentacles. We don't have the Ten of Cups, so I can't count it. We have multiple sixes, which is a gift, it's a grant. But we only have one ace, so it's not a union, intimate partnership. It's a non-intimate partnership because we have multiple twos. Somebody is feeling like a plan or is feeling like a failure here with this Queen, Seven of Pentacles. They would be needing to plant more seeds, and they need some kind of clarity here. This King of Pentacles may be thinking about the future, though. Okay, so we read this all wrong today. So let me see something, because the fourth house talks about private, intimate space. Those cards are coming back. There's no need to worry. There's something hidden about this love, okay? Somebody's a Pisces rising, or Mars in Pisces. Somebody also has their Venus in Pisces. So this is supposed to be love, because somebody here is feeling in love. They're feeling like, and here's that Ten of Cups we were looking for. So we have a union here. But then here's that. So there's a soulmate twin flame on the horizon. Okay. Ace of Wands. So this will be, yeah, okay. So we have a lover, because somebody is feeling happily ever after. They're feeling home with the Page of Cups, Ten of Cups. They're desiring happily ever after with the Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups. There's also, with the Moon card being out, Mars in Pisces or Pisces rising. And then with, it might be a Virgo rising or Venus in Pisces with that Page of Cups. To a lesser degree, somebody here would be a Gemini rising, because there is a Virgo midheaven, a Virgo icy Pisces midheaven, and it's confirmed here because we have the Lovers card out. Somebody is a Gemini rising. Now, what I'm detecting here, okay, and then somebody here definitely is providing support with the Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody here is a Gemini sun, Gemini midheaven, which makes a Virgo rising. So we definitely have a Virgo rising, definitely have a Gemini rising for sure. And then we have the Emperor. So I think the feminine recognized the connection before the masculine did. Because the masculine needs to make a move so he can become the emperor. Because usually the masculine becomes the emperor after they unify with the feminine. The feminine is born the empress. The masculine needs to earn that position. The feminine can be made that, but typically, if she knows how to cultivate her own gifts, she can make herself that. The trick is you start with the Fool card. So you're born, you fall from grace into the third dimension, you have to make your way back to the World card, but that's the Fool. The first thing you do is the Magician. You find your talent. Talent is an anagram for latent, which means you just go through the paces, you find a way to participate and remain present, thereby navigating and negotiating, and then you start creating fruits, benefits, or finished works. That's all under the Magician. But the Magician has talents, meaning latent talents. And eventually, once you discover those talents, one of those talents as a magician will be a gift. That's when you get to the High Priestess. What is a gift? A gift is a talent that we don't so much learn in this lifetime, so much as we remember it from a previous lifetime. It's so good, we clearly didn't learn it in this lifetime. For me, tarot. I know I've been reading tarot for a minimum of 400 years. Okay, me personally. So, as the High Priestess, once you learn your gifts, then you cultivate those gifts. Eventually, you'll find the calling on your life. Eventually, you will understand your spirit, karma, life path, destiny. And the High Priestess is, instead of the ability to manifest like the magician, as the High Priestess, it's pure exalted influence over an entire cycle. You can actually see the rest of your life as a High Priestess, or for other people, you can see 18 months into the future, or the termination of one specific facet. So for most High Priestesses, you can see 18 months into any timeline. And certain timelines, if you understand the writing on the wall, you can see how that timeline will end if they continue it out. So as the High Priestess for yourself, you want to use your gift to make the world a bigger, brighter, and better place. Therefore, living your purpose, that's the Empress. You understand your role and relationship to this life. That's the Empress. Once you cultivate that, you can eke out your space. Once you're doing your duties and obligations, you can eke out your space, and you should have something left over to enshrine a legacy upon the earth. That's when you get to the Emperor. Okay, so you as the Empress can make yourself the Empress. Okay, it takes recognition from other people to make yourself the Emperor. The Empress can cultivate herself. The Emperor needs to gain some type of foundation upon the earth. Even in the rules of the jungle, you need to navigate with the jungle and pray to Mother Earth and say, hey, I know you're a wild jungle, but I'm going to just cultivate a little acre, a little half a mile of this jungle and pour some cement to create a civilization. I don't want to be a hunter-gatherer anymore. I want to be the chief of the tribe. You have to work that out with the laws of nature. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So when I see it in this position with the Empress, but still a king, it means like, oh, okay, there needs to be a meeting of the mind. In this situation, there needs to be a dialogue. Somebody needs to say, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. Because that's what's needing here. They're needing a little bit of give and take, a little bit of balance, a little bit of fairness. Because we're feeling in love here, but we need to get to higher ground. There's some timidity here with the Eight of Cups. And we're feeling like passage here. Somebody here is feeling passage. So we have somebody has their Venus in Cancer. Somebody has their Sun in Gemini. Somebody has their Venus in Gemini as well, or is a Sagittarius rising. Okay, so the masculine's got to come through here. If there is a union, a relationship, let's check that. Yeah, okay, so the masculine's getting triggered because somebody's being very timid. I get so emotional when your name comes up or when I see something that reminds me of you. You trigger something inside of me that caused me to feel uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't understand these emotions. Somebody here has their sun in Aquarius. Somebody here has their moon in Aquarius. Somebody might be in Aquarius midheaven, which is a Taurus rising. We have the Lovers card and the so we haven't gone to the soulmate union yet because it's still down here. So this is telling me that we've cleaned enough of our crap up in order to be ready for love because God doesn't bless no mess. We have a double two here. So there might be a relationship, but it's not a union. It's not exclusive. It's not some kind of like, let's get married. It's more about either a partnership. I'm still getting business partnership. We have a double king, which means partnership, like alliance. Honestly, I think it's a co-ed business partnership, one male, one female, or even if it's same gender assigned at birth, it's different orientation. One is masculine, one is feminine. Somebody here might not want to mention the romance because of what they have going on because they are materialistic. They're focused on the money. And we're fine. I mean, we feel the love connection, but if it doesn't, if they don't bring it up, we're going to leave it alone. But they might bring it up, honestly, because their genuine nature, how they move, eventually they're going to move into the sweet spot where they can say it. There will be some revelation, but it's not a shocking revelation with the judgment card. It's not the tower. Right now, it's friendly, it's cordial. So there's something here where we're finally ready. And I'm honestly getting training wheels, but I'm getting two distinctive things. Either we're in a co-ed partnership, friendship, or we're dealing with the masculine that's more in their feminine energy. And we're more of a go-getter. We take massive action. We're more future-oriented, future-paced. But we have a 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles here. So this relationship's going nowhere. Like it's not going to end. And it will eventually end in love. But it's not one of those things to wait about. So okay, here's the tower card. Something's got to hit. There's a catalyst here. I would normally say there's going to be some surprising revelation, but not with the sun. The sun and the tower mean conflict resolution or taking a visit to a hot climate. The other party, not us, is in turmoil. They're aware of these feelings and they're doing nothing about it. We're going to have to be the one to say, hey, I'm feeling some feelings. Do you want to discuss it? Hey, I'm feeling you. You want to, hey, what are your feelings about me? Are we just friendly? I mean, I'm in a unique position because I'm queer, so my coaching works for me according to my experience. But um, in a coaching situation, if you're on the female side, you really should leave it to the masculine. There are things that make it what we do have to mention. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is ask the person what their feelings are, and if they come right out with it, then you can be okay. Well, shoot your shot, or I'm amenable, or it's mutual, or you would say, or if it's wonky, say what are your intentions. Now, if they don't come out with it, you want to wait a week and ask, hey, what are your intentions? Just the way we asked, hey, what are your feelings? Like, what are you feeling about me? As the feminine, we shouldn't have to go much more than that. To be honest, we shouldn't have to go there at all. However, in the day and age that we're in, and since we don't have everybody as an alpha, it is a little bit more confusing. Because what I'm getting is that we're an alpha female and we're dealing with a person that's in their alpha feminine energy. So the alpha female in the deck is the strength card. The alpha male in the deck is the emperor. There is an alpha feminine energy, which is the empress. Okay. But the alpha female is going to go out and get. The alpha male is going to go out and get. The alpha feminine energy is going to rule, but they're not necessarily going to go out and get. Now, that's going to make sense to some people, and to other people, it's going to sound like balderdash. That's fine. It's going to be a little bit of a burden. And this connection is designed to bring both parties to the pinnacle of their energy. So for the person that's not us, meaning if you're a priestess here and you belong here, great. If you're a cross watcher, I'm talking directly to you. But if we're a priestess and we belong here, this is not going to be us. They're going to be more in stress, Nine of Swords. They're going to have some haunting nights, some dark night of the soul. They're going to have to confront and combat themselves. They may also be listening to what other people have to say, or there may be a lot of conditioning and programming in their mind. Like they may have gone through a certain type of upbringing. I come across this a lot in today's age, especially when I deal with, I don't mean to make this about gender orientation or sexual orientation, but I'm a queer man. When I deal with straight men, there's a problem today that it annoys me, but I gotta have compassion, right? I don't like this whole conditioning and programming of men. Like, there's nothing wrong with being alpha and taking command. You should, I mean, taking command. You shouldn't take control, because in today's age, women are empowered, and you don't want to catch a case. But you should know how to take command, and there's a difference between taking command and control. A lot of times, if we're not young, like 20, 25, if we're like 30, 35, 40, we have all that conditioning and programming about like, don't be a toxic masculine and daddy. It screws with their mind. It confuses them. They don't retain the part of themselves that takes action, takes charge. They actually get kind of stupefied. I'm trying to find a nice way to say that. The generation today has learned how to merge the two, but when information is new age, when it's just emerging to the consciousness of society, it gets a little wonky. Like for the first few years when email came out, nobody knew how to use them. For the first few years when the fax machine came out, nobody knew how to use it. Now everybody knows what's up, right? The first few years of the iPhone is much different than the last few years of the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? So when the whole empowered female and the awakened masculine was new, it kind of got wonky. So this person has all this I don't want to seem like a toxic masculine. Okay, I would ask you as a man, are you operating from a place of fear? Are you operating from a place of want? Do you look at the world as you're large and in charge and you can manifest everything that comes across your mind? Because if you can think it, if you can dream it, you can create it. Why aren't you where you want to be? And the gap between where you are and where you want to be, that's your work. Don't sit there focusing on the obstacles, focus on the solutions. If you have to tiptoe around the issue, as long as you don't look like a wuss, go for it. Stop worrying about how you come off, because here's the thing. If you take risk in life, you take reward in life. Yes, sure, buddy. Don't catch a case. Please be respectful. However, also be vocal about it. Hey, sweetie, honey, darling, child. Hey, ma'am. Hey, madam. Hey, shorty, I'm feeling you. What I got to do to talk about it? You know, how might I approach you for an intimate endeavor? Is it possible to take you out? Would you be open to a drink? Maybe we can do brunch or lunch before we get to dinner. You know, I don't really like to circle the block, but how can I check on you a little bit? Let me holler at you for a sec. I got to say something. I'm feeling some kind of way. I want to see if it's mutual. You can do that. So I'm getting this little, it's not toxic masculine where I'm entitled, I'm a prick, I don't have self-awareness, I don't have self-control. It's not that. It's like, I honor you, I respect you as a woman. But here's the deal, like the woman is not going to come towards the man. It's not how the energy works. I mean, yes, in today's day, it's a little bit skewed, but it's not going to be like that forever, and it will return to its natural state. The difference between masculine and feminine is not penis vagina. Is the energy introverted or extroverted? Does that make sense? And I'm not talking about your personality, because you can be a female with an extroverted personality, but your energy should be receptive. It shouldn't be active. Does that make sense? Um, Meaning the feminine energy attracts to them, the masculine energy sets it, sets a pace, goes out and gets it, or sets the scene for what they're looking for to come across their path, and they need to know how to seize an opportunity when it comes across. Does that make sense? So for some of us here, we understand, and for others of us watching, we're going to be annoyed with. Uh, uh, but this is what I'm getting. Let's clarify all of this, because why is this other side in the Nine of Swords? Yeah, because either they're immature or unexperienced, that there's nothing wrong with that. Um, yeah, there's no bad energy here, but they've got to move their mouth. They've got to say something. Magician. Because the feminine is only going to take opportunities. They're not going to take chances. So there's nothing wrong with either side. But see, the feminine here has overcome something, or they're alpha. And I do know that an alpha energy cannot be with a beta energy on the feminine. Like an alpha female it might come together in the beginning, but in the end, they're going to fall apart unless there's some kind of unique situation, like, you know, kink or something like that. If it's a traditional relationship, an alpha female needs to be with an alpha male. An alpha male can be with a beta female. And I'm talking about out in front, taking charge, you know. I'm just saying what I'm saying because this is what I teach. Now, of course, we're in a modern enlightened age. However, there's some natural rules of the jungle here, especially, and these come out when we're dealing with primal energy, like attraction and you know, sexual attraction specifically. Because this is calling the masculine beta. And if the conversation is approached, it's going to startle him. But it does need to be approached because it's mutual love and attraction. And they foster some type of connection where they can be in each other's lives long term. However, it's not going to enter the love until somebody says it. And I have a feeling like it's going to be the female that says it. It's got to be the female that says it, because the masculine will accept a loss and the feminine will never speak up. I don't like people that play it safe unless there's other people involved, like with your children or with driving and other people in the car, or if you're managing somebody's money in terms of assets under management or investments. There's times to play it safe and be prudent, but when you take risk in life, you take reward in life. This is your life. This is your love life. This is your future. This is your legacy. We have Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles here. So um, somebody's going to need to take charge here. Two of Wands, and I saw the Emperor flip up. So this is what I got. I don't know what else to say here. We're going to start taking stands, is what this reading is about. We've healed enough to take a stand, but it's not about dealing with enemies anymore, because our enemies are being punished. They're being dealt with ultimately. It's now time to start setting our life up for the things that we want, which is love. And I'm getting that we have an alpha female and either an overly conditioned masculine or a beta man. And I wouldn't call the King of Wands beta. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. They may be a Scorpio rising or a Leo sun. They could even be a Libra midheaven, which is a Scorpio rising. There's a Scorpio rising Capricorn moon here with Venus and Aries. Take charge. I mean, say, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. Hey, like sometimes men will ask the question, but it's not direct. They'll ask you what you want, they'll ask you what you would like, but they don't say, this is what I want from you. This is what I'm looking for. This is why I'm spending time with you. This is what I'm hoping the outcome will be. They don't say it like that. And see, that's the thing that will align the situation. Justice card. Because look, they're coming in for more loss, and they're taking a back seat. It's not even taking a back seat. Their orders are subordinate to the feminine. Okay. The feminine will balance the situation out every time, but you need to set the scene. See, this is a person that needs to stand up for what they want, because they already have the ground. They're already on high ground. Seven of Wands, but they need to say, this is what I want from you. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm spending time. This is why I'm buying you coffee. This is why I'm taking you out to lunch. This is why I'm hanging out with you, hollering at you, calling you, texting you. This is what I want from you. Not tiptoeing around, because the masculine will be suffering here, and the masculine is actually coming off like the feminine. Well, it can be like that they're more of a nurturer than us. It can be, it's fine if a man is more in his feminine energy, if the female's more in the masculine energy. It needs to be a balance. Like me, for instance, I'm Ghanaian. Specifically, I'm from the Mina tribe, and the Mina tribe is very matriarchal. The women have a lot more power than the men. The men happen to be warriors, but the women control the government, they control the property, does that make sense? So like when you want to do things, you need to go get permission from a female. It's not uncommon for a woman to be more in charge of whatever, but the warriors in the tribe are actually more of the nurturers, but there's a balance here. It's just frozen. It needs to be a little bit more loose and fluid. Finally, we got this masculine energy here. Finally. So it's almost maybe probably not. Something's got to give here. And again, like I said, Leo midheaven, Scorpio rising with Venus and Aries. Specifically, I'm talking to you. We could very much be a Capricorn moon or Virgo, well, no, Capricorn moon. I'm just getting this energy that somebody is like, they're not direct. And I wouldn't continue on talking and yapping my mouth, whatever, but he's in the Nine of Swords energy and the Ten of Wands. Nine of Swords means he's up at night thinking about it. Ten of Wands means he's been carrying a flame, and the Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords here, right here. So this is what I'm getting. There's a way to turn the situation around, to turn the tables. Because this is going to get friend zoned, it's going to revert to a business partnership or co-ed best friends or something like that. There's a way to win here. It's very easy. Say what you want. That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry. When you take risk in life, you take reward in life. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. And you may actually think that you're taking the shot, you're shooting your shot, but if you're not direct, if you're very kind of demure, see, we're dealing with a very strong female. We are the strong female. We are an alpha female. We're alpha. It doesn't mean that we're not soft, we're not yielding, we're not submissive, but we're large and in charge. We have command, we have a commanding energy. And it may be where naturally people yield to us instead of standing strong in their own energy. I have that problem. Where I'm inaccessible, unapproachable, even sometimes non-agreeable. Because a lot of people they pussyfoot around, they tiptoe around, they're indirect. Okay, Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Okay, so they're at the precipice of a loss, but we just have the Six of Wands. They can win. But there's a correct way to come forward. They've got to seize opportunities here. So we've talked about this enough, honey. I'm gonna go. I love you. Take good care. Bye-bye.